Hi, it's Paris from Epic Reviews, and it's mid-April now here in Central Texas, which means it's time to go planting things. We have a little garden out back that we've tried different things over the last few years with limited success. This year I'm going to try something new. It's this product here. It's called Roll Out Flowers, and it's basically a mat that's like a foot wide and 10 feet long, and you can cut it however you want, but basically you lay those sheets out, water them, and you're supposed to have a beautiful flower garden grow from it. It's an as seen on TV product, and I've never tried it before, but I was over at the Tuesday morning discount store the other day and I saw them on sale, so I thought, well, I'll give it a try this year. Now, if you can't find it locally, if it's not in your as seen on TV section of your local drugstore or something, I'll put a link down below. You can check it out online. They seem to go for around $10 to $15, which if it does make thousands of blossoms will be a great deal. If though, as some people have mentioned, they got 2 blossoms out of it, that's $7.50 a blossom, that's kind of expensive. Now, I've read through the reviews online, and I think I might have an idea of what folks are doing wrong, a number of folks, and why they're not getting very good results. So I'm going to test that out in this review. Now, this is going to be just part 1, because part 2 is in about 6 weeks, because that's how long it takes for these to blossom. So I'll show you what's in the box, explain briefly how it works, and I'll show you how to put it out in the yard, water it, and then we'll see in 6 weeks how it goes. Now, they really don't give you much at all in the box. There's no instructions. The instructions are basically what's on the box, and that basically is you take it, you unroll it, the green side down, the fabric side up. The green stuff is a wood fiber that's supposed to hold the moisture and hold the seeds in, and water it twice a day for at least the first 2 to 3 weeks until all the roots get settled and so forth. Now, you can't just throw it out on your lawn. You need to have a prepared place for it. And by prepared, what they want you to do is have an area where you've, of course, scraped off the grass. It's bare soil, but it's also broken up soil, so it'll be easy for the seeds when they put the roots down to get into that. You can also use this in pots if you want to take it and cut out circles, put it in the pot, and water it the same way. It should work. I'm going to try that also. So there's nothing else in here. This is what you get. It's this rolled up fiber mat in the bag. It's dated to be used this year, but on their website I did see you can, if you keep it in a cool, dry place, you can actually still plant it for 3 to 4 years from the time you buy it, and it should still be okay. This looks like a ceiling insulation. Let me zoom in on it here and let you see. The fabric side that's going to go up, and then the green side that faces down. And I see little speckle things in there on the green. I'm guessing those are the seeds, so I better be careful what I'm doing here. I'm going to knock all the seeds out of it. Yeah, I know this is too tiny for you to see, but I did find a seed that fell out of this, so I'm not going to unroll this in here. I'm afraid I will lose the seeds. It just seems like it's the pressure holding them in. So I'm going to unroll it, cut it into the portions I'm going to use for the potted plants, and then for my 2 techniques to try to get it to grow in the garden and to get past the problem that a lot of people seem to be having where they only get a few blossoms out of it. So I'm going to head out to the garden now. I'll show you what I'm going to do there, and I'll tell you what my secret will be for getting a lot of blossoms, the 2,000 blossoms, to grow out of this. All right, time to open this up and unroll it right in here. Got some regular planted vegetables over here and some flowers. We'll see how they all compare. That's what it looks like. They're like a very long diaper. Now, the thing I was mentioning about people online saying they're having trouble, some people have said you simply water it and you leave it exactly like that. But other people have said you actually need to put a thin layer of topsoil over it, just like a quarter inch of topsoil over it. Makes all the difference in the world in getting it to grow. So I'm going to cut it actually. I'm going to cut part of it off to make circles for the pots, and then I'm going to divide the other part in 2, half of it covered with soil, half of it just exposed like that. This portion I'm going to cut into rings, cut into circles, put in the pots. try this pot with some topsoil over it. Just a thin layer, just enough to cover it. Do another pot, just leave it open like that. All right, about 20 to 30 minutes after I started, my instant garden is now done. What I've done is divide it, it's all in this row here. Some of it's still in a straight stretch of material, and some of it I've cut out into circles and put it into these pots. Now these pots here that are holding down the ends of this strip, you notice they have a thin layer of soil over the top, as does the strip. That's what people online say you need to do to make this work. Over here is exactly how they say in the instructions for the roll-out flower garden. You simply put it like this, green side down, fabric side up, water thoroughly, keep it wet, and that's all you need to do. So time is going to tell which of these approaches will work, if either of them. And by the way, the empty row next to it is for the roll-out vegetable garden. I'll put a link in if you'd like to take a look at that. So the sprinkler's been running for about 10 minutes here. This new noodle head sprinkler from As Seen on TV, it may have its place in sprinkling, you know, to a specific pattern or particular bushes or something, but in terms of just covering the whole area, it's not quite doing what I need it to do, because I've got plenty of spots here that are still bone dry 10 minutes later, and other spots that are completely soaked. So I'm obviously going to have to come out here and water this by hand, and do that twice a day for the next 2 to 3 weeks. But when I get some stuff growing, I will do a interim video update. And then when the flowers have come in and blossomed, I will do an update video then to show you how it all turned out.